I need to talk to you about something very important I have decided. We're going to need a lot of money. I have tangible plans that I know are infallible. Every single cent is going to directly ensure the future of otaku in the West. And on release of Orc Castle, I can promise we will see at least 1 million copies. We're going to need to pump the Patreon in the meantime in order to carry out these plans, or all is lost. You're about to see a lot of activity on this channel. This right now, though, is for those who are here before that, the originals. I want you to know what I am cooking. Those who know me know I care about two things more than anything: the persistence of the creation of otaku media and the spread of otaku culture throughout the West. About 6 years ago, I started posting videos on this channel to raise awareness about otaku media and brainstorm about what can be done for its future. Now, I am actively in the process of contributing to otaku history with a serious JRPG VN hybrid that I am even writing in Japanese. I did not reach this point easily. The Howard Blast of today is significantly more wise and enlightened than the Howard Blast of those early days. It took a commitment bordering on nihilism to give everything to the pursuit of otaku creation skill and the knowledge at the cost of nearly everything else. During that process, I found myself beginning to neglect things I was once urgently concerned with. One of those things was the proactive commitment to this channel, and by extension, my immediate concern for the spread of otaku creation in the West. It's as if at some point my faith in the West just simply expired. All I found myself caring about anymore was the ability to create otaku media properly and encourage those who are already based in otaku continue being so. I never once doubted that otaku culture was supposed to ultimately dominate everything. The more I learned and observed, the more I became positive that otaku media is what everyone truly desires and needs. Doesn't matter what background you have or what you're immediately affiliated with. Otaku creation has discovered things absolutely fundamental to the universe that makes it stand above all else. But there's a brainworm in the West. There's these factors in place that make people fight the very things they want the most. Will resonating with these deeply refined and perfected aesthetics impair my ability to get pussy in real life? Will the answers I find from deeply understanding the intense literary accomplishments of otaku culture destroy my ability to cope and my ability to continue deluding myself about things in life? Shouldn't I just stay safe and conform to the status quo in most situations? These are the barriers I ran into with people time and time again. I was tired of asking for more in a way that I just knew I wasn't going to get anything back. It just felt more and more like something was missing, making everything else pointless. That is all going to change very soon. By around sometime next month, the entire battling portion of Orc Castle will be getting close to fully developed with all animations and attacks implemented. That's a massive portion of the game ready to go, playable, and showcaseable. But in just a few days, a new devlog is going out, quickly followed by some other types of videos. That will be the start of the new campaign to grow the channel. I'm going to believe in the West again, except this time we're going to do things a little bit differently. Throughout the years, I didn't simply grind my skills and plan my game. I never stopped periodically brainstorming how otaku culture could prosper in the West and took a more analytical approach. I have observed many different cultural phenomenons and communities. In my quest to spread otaku culture, I took a deep interest in anything that reflects a successful grassroots effort to form a community with goals, competition, and an audience to witness their antics, whether it's something constructive, degenerate, or somewhere in between. Throughout this, I've tried to observe the factors that contribute to the successful formation of such a community. There's always certain consistent factors such as leadership, discoverability, and clear-cut goals, but one element stands aside the rest in a very unique way. This factor exists as a wild card, a factor which the presence of can potentially change everything. It can allow the truth to manifest on the planet or shut it away altogether. The very power to choose where value is allocated. Money. Money commonly decides the fate of people's very lives, and it decides the fate of the lives of creative projects as well. No human being on Earth can escape the influence of this factor. Money functions like a gravitational pull that directs things, sometimes in ways so subtle and long-term we can't even detect it, like the way it can make a person focus on building one skill more than another over the course of a whole decade or so. And sometimes it affects things in immediate ways, like pulling someone right out of their current career to pursue a new opportunity. Until this point, I've thought of money as nothing more than a vessel for staying alive, much like Mario jumping across a series of floating platforms. But I've learned it's not that simple. Money is a message. It's a signal of value, and it's the soil for community and dedication to a pursuit. It's the life stream that allows a culture to spread and flourish. There are 4 major reasons that makes money so pivotal. Reach. Money directly opens advertisement potential and allows projects to be fully realized. Opportunity. Money signals that a pursuit is of value and makes any pursuit backed by money justified. Security. Money allows for adaptability to unexpected situations. Authority. Last, and perhaps most importantly, money is a cultural statement of the importance of something within a culture and society. Thus, in light of all this, I'd like to make it my current life's goal to pioneer the Otaku economy, aka the Otaconomy in the West. The Otaconomy will exist as proof that otaku creation is in fact a valid pursuit in the West. I will be the Siglemic, showing that Mario could be a career, and paving the way for the entire Mario scene to follow. I will do everything in my power to maximize the amount of money I am making in both the immediate and the future. I can't just treat Otaku as something I do while scraping by to drop in an uncertain market. I need it to be a symbol of success and of the otaku dollar. Otaku creators need to be the top of the food chain. There's no reason to work underpaid and underappreciated while people like Gigic are making bank just for shitting up otaku waters. We can change what the world values. We can influence the decisions of young people who at this very moment have the ability to choose between otaku creative pursuits or something cringe and anti-otaku. I found myself in an incredibly unique position in the current market. I have the ability to make interesting and educational topics on every aspect of game dev and modding and storytelling, and do it all from a place of strong otaku identity. I'm going to employ all of these skills and knowledge to expand the channel and expand awareness of the mission of Otaku. I can make content that will pull in Oda-leaning and normie-leaning viewers alike. We can build subscribers into the tens of thousands. I want to build up a promotional budget. I'm going to use an effective marketing technique that Onimushi used, scab promotion. There are a lot of great artists who will post the result of their commission right on their feed. I can spread awareness of Otaku by having characters from it drawn in this way. And finally, just before the game releases, I will make sure I procure a budget in order to drop something absolutely legendary. Something that will make 1 million into an absolute guarantee. A certain type of animated video involving music. And finally, when Otaku finally drops on the world, that's when we will see the 1 million. Or more. We're going to make history. Otaku dropping will be the planting of the otaku flag on what had been enemy soil. I have discarded everything for the sake of this mission, even my health at one point, which I've been steadily building back up. There is no reason to set limitations on something that is simply more important than everything else in the entire world. See this number right here? We need to get that to 400 ASAP, or all is lost. If you're one of the legendary goats that has already contributed, let it be reminded that your name will have a special place in the Orc Castle credits in history. For everyone else, contribute what you can. Tell everyone you know. Show them the Kino at the last 30 seconds of this video. Show them the devlog. Look far, look wide. You will not find a project like Orc Castle in indie games, and you will not find a better resource for acquiring wisdom than the Oda Clinic. And if you want to brute force over your productivity issues by having me scream at you to do your coldies, we got 2 tiers for that as well. Even if you don't give a shit about the fate of otaku media and are watching this video regardless for whatever reason, just go and contribute something and forget about it for a bit. I promise the future will be much more interesting for you than if you didn't. It's our time to be bold, to not only ensure this project is made and promoted properly, but to also send a message to the world about how much we value what we have in otaku creation. That's what the new campaign is for. We're going to hook them in, get them invested, and solicit funds. My messages to you up until this point have always been theoretical. It was always a matter of, we need things to be this way, or this is a bad thing, and this is a good thing. How can we get more of the good thing and less of the bad thing? Well, now we have tangibility at last. I have a vessel for change, and you have the means to power it. We need to take the money going to irony weebs and anti-otaku people and redirect it into the Otaconomy. Otaku wisdom, otaku media, otaku creation. None of these things are for simply holding up and hoarding while the world around us rots away. Imagine a world where otaku media is thriving in the market. Life-changing works are flourishing where culturally bereft indie games once were. Where even the average person is becoming increasingly influenced by this higher cultural perspective, and anti-otaku toxicity becomes more and more shunned. It's time to strike while the iron is hot. The market has always been waiting for this. The reason people even got so attached to classic Japanese video games in the first place was because of the substantial artistic core derived from otaku artistic tech. Toby is on his back foot. It's clear he isn't living up to expectations in this regard. It's time to show that delivery on the desire for that type of design can only come from those who truly understand and are trained in otaku creation. It's all up to you. You can change the world with your financial contribution, no matter the size, and bringing awareness to others. The game market, as we've known it, is steadily crumbling, but the Otaconomy will be built on its ashes. After a bit more coding and video editing, you'll see devlog number 2, complete with an explanation of Rei's mechanics as a playable character. My new tablet pen will be here tomorrow, and clinics can use it. We got some modding and PokeTubing videos on the menu to remind you that you too can become a non-binary monarch if you join the Howard Blast Patreon. We'll also take a look at a special enemy who will showcase some of the more dangerous things you can expect in Orc Castle. You can even play as her. Next time we got what I learned from Pokemon's best designed game. It's Gen 1, by the way.